So here's how to make $10,000 a month as a teenager. Now, I'm aware you've already heard of the affiliate marketing, the drop shipping, the Forex, the crypto, but that's all bullshit. And you've probably already realized that after trying to start a dropshipping store, running ads, getting your ad account disabled, and it all just goes to shit. The reality is you don't need to do any of that. And you can actually make thousands of dollars a month with basically zero investment. So by now you're probably wondering what this like magical thing is where you don't need to put in any investment and you're gonna make $10,000 a month and you can do it as a teenager. Well, that thing is remote sales. Or as I like to call it, solution consultancy. And I like to call it solution consultancy purely because of the negative stigma around the whole salesperson thing, and also because of how much sales has actually changed in the modern era. It's no longer really about like selling per se, it's more about helping somebody make a decision on something that they're already kind of interested in. So now that you know what it is, it's more important you understand how to actually do it and how to, get into the space. So in terms of how you do it, I guess step one is to learn sales. And there are 1,000,001 different ways to actually learn sales, but one thing that you can do is actually join my free community. So I actually host a community on School. It goes by Close of Fastlane. It's basically a free community. We have like over 600 people in there. These are people who are exactly trying to do what you are trying to do. And we have weekly calls. There are tons of program modules on there. And literally any demographic is welcome. So whether if you're a guy, girl, young, old, it literally does not matter. Feel free to come in, sharpen up your skills, and get ready to crush the whole sales game. One thing that you're probably having right now, if you never thought about getting into sales, is limiting beliefs, right? Believing that you can't really do this, you can't sell anything to anyone, you don't know the first thing about sales. But here's the truth. When I got into sales at the age of 18, I had zero prior experience. I didn't even know sales was something I wanted to get into, and I was able to make $10,000 a month. And this is coming from someone that literally had zero experience and even had like zero intention of going into sales. So get those negative thoughts out of your head, because I promise you they are not serving you in any way. Like, you can do this. And once again, the reason why I can say this with so much conviction and confidence is because I've done it myself. And not just that, I helped so many other people do it as well. So first things first, like step one, is have the confidence that you can actually do this and make something of yourself within this sales space. Number two, or stage two, is practice. I don't care how many videos you've watched, how many books you've read. If you don't practice it in real life, like role plays, you're never going to improve. But the good thing is, inside of the community, we have a call every Thursday where we actually do live role plays. So all of this stuff you learn throughout the week, you can come on a Thursday evening, put it all on the table and track your progress and see how much you're improving. So once you've completed phase one, which is actually learning how to sell, and then stage two, applying it and building the practicality, like your practical ability on doing it. The final stage, which gets you to your goal of doing $10,000 a month as a teenager, is landing the role. And this, believe it or not, is the part where most people get stuck, because they learn the whole sales thing, they do a crap ton of role plays, and then they're just stuck there without a role, just wandering around doing cold outreach on Instagram, doing cold outreach on Facebook, trying to get someone to give them a job. And what ends up happening is they get a crappy outbound role where they make like $200, $300 a month, if they are lucky, if they make anything, and they basically get used for free labor. The best way to land the role in 2025 is to go through via network. I'm telling you, network is the only thing that's going to get you a role which is actually suitable to what you want and also make the type of money that you want. Look, is there a chance you can do it for free? Yes, absolutely. If you spent like 4 or 5 months applying every single day, eventually you may land the role that you actually like, and that is inbound. But majority of the time, if you don't have any single prior experience, I'm talking by experience, by the way, just to give you an idea of what these companies are looking for when they say experience, they want to see your previous commission sheets, man. Like, they want to see how many deals you were closing. They want to see real tangible experience that you've had, a reference from the previous agency owner you worked with, or like influencer that you worked with. So if you're out here doing outreach when you don't have this tangible experience, I promise you majority of the time you're just going to get those crappy outbound roles. Now, coming back to the whole network thing, if you were to be referred by someone who has a name in the space and who has the right connections, then it's going to be very easy for you to actually get in. Don't get me wrong, it's still going to be hard work because you're going to have to produce those results, but at least you know you've actually been given a shot without being judged. And when I say judged, I'm literally speaking about like nobody's gonna have prejudice towards you just because you don't have any experience. Because I'll be honest, I came into sales when I had zero experience and I ended up outperforming people who were doing it way before I did. But anyway, so let's say you've done stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, like you've gone with a company that's going to be your like network provider and actually get you a role. That's also what my company does, but you don't need to worry about that for now. So let's say you've done these 3 steps, right? And you got yourself a role. What happens next? Because a lot of people think that's where the journey ends. You know, I've got the job, I'm done, I should magically start seeing $10,000 in my account. That's not how it works. So I'm going to give you 3 quick tips that you can apply once you've landed yourself a role to get you up to that $10,000 a month mark. Number 1, don't get comfortable. Keep reviewing your calls. Keep looking at your mistakes. Keep looking at what you can improve, because trust me, with sales, you can always improve. There is always something new that's working. There is always something new that you can show to increase your closing rate. Number 2, after your first month or so, start tracking your KPIs. Now, KPIs are key performance indicators, and it's kind of like your percentages. Now, the reason why these metrics are so important is because this allows you to start predicting your income and also track when you're falling off. Because if you see for a month you haven't produced the results that you typically produce, you can go back and identify exactly what the problem is. Is it your show rate? If it's your show rate, then you basically need to focus on actually getting people to show up to the call. If it's your closing rate, then it's a little bit more of a red flag, because you need to go and look and see like, okay, what am I doing wrong with my closing? Maybe compare calls where you have closed in comparison to where you haven't, just to see those differences and then recuperate. So to put it simply, your KPIs are what's going to keep you on track, ensure that you can predict your income, and also identify any flaws in your performances, just to keep you at that consistent rate of doing like 10K a month. And my final tip to you is always stay confident. No matter if you have a bad week, if you have a bad month, if you don't close a super easy deal on paper, always have confidence. The second that you lose your confidence and you get those creeping doubts that are coming in that say things like, oh, is sales really for us? Is this really the right industry that we want to be in? And you get shiny object syndrome, you want to do something else. You need to kick that stuff out of your head, because I promise you the number one thing that will keep you going in sales, give you longevity, allow you to make more money over time, is your confidence. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Keep all of these things in mind. I was in your shoes as a teenager, seeing all of these other teenagers making a shit ton of money and thinking about how I can do it for myself. This is the way I discovered. This is the way that I'm now telling you to go ahead and do it. If you have any questions, feel free to comment them down below. If you enjoyed the video, if you found value in it, like, subscribe, turn on the bell notification so you get notified every single time I post. And just before I forget, if you do want to take the sales thing seriously and you want to enter the free community, I will put the link in the bio. But other than that, that's been all from me for today. I'll see you on the next video. Until then, take care.